ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Santa's Workshop. Today we are going to be working a little bit on the brake system on the 55 double nickel Chevy truck, Mr. J's truck. And as you see, I've got my tools in for it finally. These are all from Eastwood, not sponsored. I paid for these out of my own pocket. I got the brake line forming tool, deburring tool, flaring tool. I've got the clamps to go down the frame rail. I got fittings for the brake line. Got my tube straightener, and I got my tubing. I had to try out the tube straightener, and I got to say, that's just a pretty darn neat thing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it out. It's pretty much just going to be a straight shot, because where it starts going up right here is where the brake lines are. I am going to have to build me a bracket to go out from here out to hold a brake line up like this to attach it to. But I'm going to have to find a way to join these two together in a T. I'm going to have to find me a T for that. And what I'm probably going to do is end up cutting these lines, reflaring them, either using the same nuts or a couple out of the kits, putting them into a T, and then putting the line right onto the T up to here. And then that way we can just go ahead and straight shot it right down, right through the plating I did, right out the hole. And we will come out right in here and come up right along to here. And I think that's where the master cylinder will be coming out at. And I can just kind of end it off right there and go from there with it. So, get that line hooked up there, get it hooked up to the back axle, and just kind of leave it off up here so I'll know what to do once I get the cab and master cylinder on. Another thing we may do today is get that transmission on a engine stand so I can work on it, get the fluid drained out of it, and be able to get my seals and filter and check it out so I can get it mated back to that. So as soon as I get that engine compartment done, we can put it back into the Corvette. Now I've got to go get me some fiberglass resin from my local parts store. They do have it. I just haven't got over there to get it yet. So we can get that box done and get it put back together and get it back in the car. Then I can get to working on the wiring and cleaning up as much as I can before we stick that motor in and before we put that nice 4-core radiator in. I can't wait to do that video. That's going to be fun. But lots to do. So little time to do it in. But thank y'all for joining me on this. Thank you for the 18,000 plus subscribers. I'm at 18,250 as of this morning. Guys, keep it going. We got till the 31st. See how close to 20 we can get. I would love to see it at least hit 19. So if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. Let's get to work. Okay, that did not take long at all, and I got it ran all the way down, coming out the other end. Got it shaped to the frame. Got a mount there, mount there, mount there, and one right there. I kind of kinked it. It's just a surface kink. The line itself is not kinked. But I was using those pliers and they kind of kinked it, and that kind of upset me. But up here, this right here, I want to bend it down, probably by hand, just like I did that one. Get it to this area right here, and then the master cylinder will be somewhere in this area. It'll come down to the proportioning valve, which will go to the front brakes, which one's right here. Other line goes underneath, hooks up over there. And then I just got to figure out what to do back here for this double line. This thing had a double line because of the anti-lock brake system on that Camaro, which this isn't going to have anti-lock brake, but I can probably cut those lines and put them into a T, and then just put the line right up here to this. And what I'll do, I'll make me a little bracket that comes out from the frame and just holds everything right there like it should. Okay, well, that was quick and easy. Let's do something else. All right, I did a little more tweaking after I got off that last video. Found one more bracket hole right there. Put a bracket in. That brake line looks just pretty daggum swift. Then you can see up here at the front, I just hand tweak this to follow the frame rail. As I said, I don't know where we're going to come out with yet on that. So that is just there for now until I can get the cab on and get the master cylinder in and figure out where all we're going to be putting this. So I got the brake line down the frame rail. Now I just got to find me some 1/4 inch line and run the fuel line the same way down that side. So we're going to be putting that in right there. Thinking about putting a additional fuel filter right in that space there behind the shock. And then I got to run my return line back around to right here, which I'm probably going to come through, bring it up, and just right there, and then back down. So that side will have the 1/4 inch fuel line and the return line. And then I've got to do electrical down this side. Now the electrical, I'm going to wait until I have the cab on and we're getting near finished with that, just because you can go around things with wiring that you can't with a solid steel line. So let's get on to something else now. Well, we just keep on having problems. All three of them busted right off. Froze up solid in there. So I'm gonna have to grind those down, drill them, tap them. I mean, not the end of the world, but sure didn't want that extra work. You know what I mean? Okay. Got so much to do over in here to get it cleaned up, painted, wires gone through, just nitpicking stuff, and just really don't have the desire to crawl over in there today and do it. And let's see, we got you saw the brake lines, but I've got to get the fittings for that. So I brought the El Camino back in. Hadn't been started in a while. Fired it up, pulled it out of the barn, back in. Boy, it needs a bath. Cats and pigeons. I know some cats who's not doing their job. So I gotta bathe this thing before I do much work on it. But I want you to listen to something. This never ceases to amaze me. Come on. There we go. And that's a bad battery, as you could hear. It'll fire up, go right into gear, just like a champ. I can't believe I'm going to pull this motor out and put another one in. But I may come out tomorrow and start doing some body work on this thing. I don't know. I got to get this thing going. And I've got all the stuff I need to start working on the body work. I don't need to put out any money to go get the stuff I need for it, so I may start doing that tomorrow. So we'll continue on in this video, see where I get. Okay, we're just going to do a quick overview, see where we're at. Waiting to hear back from the drive line. It should be done any day now. I have got that one fitting cut off of this line, and we'll go ahead and cut this fitting off. These right here flare differently than what I'm going to be flaring the rest of this, so I'm probably going to use those lines that come with it. Let's see if you can see it here. Get down in there, and of course it's going to, right there. That is just almost a flat flare in there. And these have a bevel. So I'm going to see if I can find just a regular brake line to put back here to run up instead of using one of those off of that. The Corvette. Still trying to figure out how we're going to do this air conditioning. I want to see if I can get away from using this old expansion valve. It just makes things simpler. You get over here on the Caballero, this is the pump we're going to be using, but I've got to find a right-hand mount for it, for the Corvette motor. This has been switched over to 134A already, and I would like to try to figure out how to use these components for it, but that might be a different story. So one thing leads to another, but anyways, motor is together, just practically together, ready to go in. Transmission, I've got to go get nuts so I can put it on the stand. Don't know what happened to the nuts I had. I'm losing my, never mind. Got to get the studs for that manifold. And I got to wash this thing before I can do any work on it. It is just too nasty to even start sanding and grinding on. So I'm going to have to hold off on it until I get it washed. So, as with everything else, it's hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait. But I think I'm going to start with this part up here. Get this sanded down to get all this blue off, because it is not sticking at all. You can see that it's just not sticking. All this blue paint has to come off because it was just a very, very bad job. The brown paint, that is factory, so I can, I'm pretty confident in the base of it, so I can sand it down, put some Y2K primer on it, and put my top coat on, and I'm happy. All these circles, they're just little slight dents. That one right there I don't even feel. Got a little there. So that's going to be quick to work out. As soon as I get money, I'm getting a door skin for this one. I want to get another fender. I want to get a cowl hood for it. I mean, this hood is in great shape. If I don't end up not using it, I will be selling it. But until I can find the cowl hood for the money and get the money for it, I'm going to hang on to it. Oh, so much to do. But I had somebody send me a hat. CQR, Canadian Quarters Review. He is a subscriber of mine. I have subscribed to his channel. He has got snowmobiles, quads. Check his channel out, help him out, give him some subscriptions, see how big we can make him go. But Mark, thank you for the hat, buddy. We'll be watching your channel big time. And all the people that have brought me things, sent me things. I mean, the old pickup there, the pictures up here on the wall. I mean, and of course, my clock. Guys, what can I say? My subscribers are awesome. That's it, just awesome. We love you all. But thank you guys. Not much on this video. We'll get you a good long-term video out as soon as I get some parts. But until then, next time, Santa's Workshop.